GG took a 2-0, pretty convincing, 41 minutes, 29 minutes. Then yesterday, they lost 0-2 against Team Nigma, 34 minutes and then 30 minutes. So here we are in the lower bracket. And of course, yesterday, VP.Prodigy, they did beat Ninjas in Pajamas. So NIP was eliminated in that first round. It did go the stretch, 3 games, all of them right around 30 minutes. So pretty quick, action-packed games. Trent, NIP played Undying 2 games in a row, and then they got eliminated. They did Undying Willow in Game 2 and Game 3. Huh. That's interesting.
Seems like a kind of good support duo, especially if you get a Willow player.
Yeah.
I can see it.
So anyway, as you said, OG, they need to step it up here. This is elimination. Let's see what they can do. Seb back at the helm or back at the position 3?
Yeah, I think in our games, we had Ench one game, and then we had the SAPPHIRE, I think, for No Tail in the other match. So I'm kind of wondering if they'll just go back to the Ench, even though they lost game 2. I feel like Ench somewhere in there, but yeah, this hero. Ooh. Oh, hey, the IO didn't get banned.
And this hero. So we talked yesterday, OG and Nigma, 2 teams that actually play Wisp in this meta. Not many others doing it, and it was banned yesterday in both games by the team that didn't have first pick. So, yeah, OG get it on second pick here.
Yeah, the last time someone did not ban IO in the first phase was versus Bait back in the Beyond Epic League, and OG did win that game. And then before that, it was versus Nigma, in which OG got it for 3 games in a row, winning the last 2 when they defeated them in a best of 3. Obviously, Enigma getting their revenge yesterday. But other than that, you're looking at like 20 games straight, basically, kind of stuff where everyone just bans IO.
Yes.
Because they know.
Well, here he is, Undying, VP.Prodigy, the hero on the rise. Likely your position 5. Dirge.
Man, this hero must be really good to pick over some of the other, like, IO. Because, like, IO's a strength hero. That's like kind of cool, I guess. But
yeah, it's like
would Wyvern have just been better?
It's like the tether mechanics, right? You're always tempted to get those double decays because you're kind of next to each other. Yeah, like Witch Doctor, Disruptor, 2 other classics against the Wisp. I guess the bigger question on my mind is this a core Wisp, buddy? Are we assuming so, or are we thinking it might be a support?
I think we should assume support with the changes to the
to
like all the items since then. I think with like Helm and everything just getting worse, I would not expect it to be a core IO. That would be pretty surprising to me, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it is OG, so you always got to that makes it maybe a little more likely to be core than some of the others. And it's always hard to gauge the Wisp changes because before it seemed like the core Wisp was absolutely busted. By before, I mean like 7.26 with the second most recent Helm of the Dominator iteration. Yeah. Maybe core Wisp is just calibrated now, where it's viable, it's still totally possible. It's just not like dumb broken where you close out the game at 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it might have been relegated to like pub tier.
Okay.
Again, maybe they'll do it, but I feel like it might not quite cut it in like the pro matches anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Well, either way, I'm sure VP.Prodigy are thinking the same thing right now. Like, okay, what are the chances that this is a core? It's game 1. How crazy is No Tail feeling here in the lower bracket?
Yeah. I would be thinking about Luna. They tend to play it a lot. I mean, that was when Luna wasn't necessarily that great. I guess the Venge lineups all work together because that's when they would do like the Venge mid for Thompson and then do like the Luna strats. So it might still be worth banning. Maybe Core Venge again is just that bad with the Helm. They might just go for something a little bit more traditional like the Gyro or something.
There you go.
Especially against Undying. They should probably just ban Gyro.
I mean, there's a lot of melee cores you could match with it too. Like, they just banned out Sven. That's an old classic, but we've talked about that hero rising a little. Like Ursa. Not going to say CK Trent. That combo's dead.
Yeah. What are the best IO pairings when you're getting doomed, though? You know, like Luna's kind of okay if you're getting doomed. It's like, all right, I'm still right-clicking. Gyro, again, somewhat okay, especially with the Aghanims. If you get off your flat cannon first, might be all right. Spectre's also still there. I could see that as a possibility. Even though it's not like a traditional pairing, I could also see it just because, you know, Spectre's kind of broken right now. Pretty good versus Doom.
Yep. Spectre's good with any kind of lane support there that has some sustain.
I think if you did like Spectre 1, you could still have like a Bristle or something where you did like kind of a mid-game focus with a relocate or something. I don't think you don't have to go for this crazy like A-B pairing that you need with the IO.
Yeah.
Again, I do think they should just ban gyro though. I feel like that's still pretty good.
It feels safe. I don't know if it's like a counterplay to the Doom, but Wisp Ursa also scares me a little bit. Ursa's already a scary hero, and when you add a farm accelerator there, I always worry about that.
I think we've seen IO Ricky a little bit coming back too. That was like a very brief thing after the whole IO CK phase. We had some like IO Ursas and IO.
They banned Luna instead. Okay.
Yeah. I do think Luna's nice for the Doom factor. It's just like, sure, she might not get off her ulti. I feel like she probably still will, honestly, but
she's
the right clicks are still there.
She's all good. Grimstroke, Queen of Pain, the first 2 bans by OG. I do like that OG have the Rubik, though. Whenever you have the Wisp picked up, if this is the support pair, at least you've got a disable. You've got some burst damage coming out of the Rubik. And already pretty good steals. Doom Undying. They've got a lot of nasty spells.
Yeah, what about VP.Prodigy, though? What do we know about these guys? They love their Morphling picks. We know that. It's still in. Especially when you start thinking about IO pairings, a lot of them suffered a Morphling. Like the gyro, for example, you're better Morphling if you take him over or whatever, copy him.
I've been thinking about yesterday when I said, how do we counter Morphling? And your response was, aside from Ancient Apparition, I don't think we've really come up with much.
Yeah, I mean,
I still don't know how to
true.
deal with Morphling, really, in this current meta.
I think he just doesn't have those like crazy hero counter picks.
Yeah. It's not that he's definitely beatable, but it's not through not through a 1-to-1 hero. We need OD back. That was my only counter to the Morphling. That was all I had. That was my one little draft.
Yeah.
I had a little cheat sheet above my monitor, and it said, if Morphling, pick OD.
Do not pick Ember. That was...
Yeah. All right. I'm feeling... Well, it's Core Wisp or Core Rubik. I'm thinking Core Wisp, though. We've got the Ogre Magi.
What if it's Core Ogre?
Tubbs McGubbs. It could be Core Ogre. I think he's probably better on support, but we'll see. Haven't seen a Core Ogre in a hot minute. I hear Midas.
I haven't seen a Core IO in a hot minute since they changed that. Since they nerfed both the Helm and the MKB, I was just kind of like, ooh, I don't know about this. Seems kind of bad now. But maybe with the Bloodlust, it'll actually be.
What does the Wisp Ags do?
Oh, I forgot mid ones are 1 now.
Is that legit?
All right, it's definitely a mid 1 IO actually. I take it all back.
Welcome.
Because mid 1 actually spammed IO for like a month, like 2 months ago.
Welcome back to the light. Don't worry, my friend. I will lead you through the darkness. Core Wisp. Oh, I can't wait. I'm jiggling in my chair, buddy.
Again, I guess still might not be, but that does make it way more likely, like 10 times more likely because it's mid 1 now.
I'm excited to see a core of any of these 3 heroes, honestly. IO, Rubik, or Ogre. I think this is going to be a good one. Phoenix now for VP.Prodigy. Some team fight for you. Little extra fire. Tombstone and Egg. It's a good hero.
Yeah, that's a lot of like taking over an area stuff.
Yeah. And the Faceless Void. We've been seeing this hero more and more.
What the hell we're doing?
Yeah, this is some OG stuff.
Oh, please be mid 1 IO. Don't give mid 1 the Void again. Come on. It would have been fun.
Is it a Thompson IO? Thompson had a really rough day yesterday. He played.
He did. He had a pretty.
And then what did he play? Game 2.
Arc Warden.
Arc Warden. That was it.
Yeah.
And both of them just not really able to take off. I think part of it a testament to Nigma pressuring him and putting extra resources into giving him a tough lane. But finally seeing a Kunkka pick up. Usually he's banned in this final couplet, but he'll get picked up 4th by VPP.
Yeah, they're getting some nice heroes here, I have to say. Their draft is dirty. These are like 4 first phase bannable heroes. Kunkka's like slipped a little bit, but Phoenix, Undying Doom, all very strong. Looking at OG's lineup at this point, I mean, with the Kunkka mid, maybe they could void mid. I don't know, but if I had to guess, it might be Seb Ogre,
Void
and
mid.
No Tail IO and Faceless Void.
Okay, all right.
I feel like the core IO is falling off here.
So if that is true, though, position 3 Ogre, do you think that's actually good? Like, does this hero scale well enough with farm to make it worth putting him on the 3?
I think he's still a pretty good aura bot, as it were.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, he's
Pick up auras, run at heroes.
Do you go Midas?
But hey, that's the point of drafts, right? It's open, so
it's open.
We can all keep our hope alive that it's a core IO.
It's just like my sketchbook. It's a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Batrider and Abaddon banned out by VPP. There's that Morphling you mentioned. I think that's
so they're banning for the Thompson IO.
They sure are.
Looks like, yeah. Of course, Thompson. I could see Thompson playing the Faceless Void too, and like even if it's safe lane, then just giving mid one the mid IO if they do it that way.
It's true, right? You know it's going to be Kunkka or Doom mid, so that opens up some possibilities for OG to put a melee mid without too much trouble. There's also just a lot of Thompson heroes left. They did ban out his Invoker, but if they think that Venge is still viable, I mean, obviously Arc Warden. And OG will have final choice. So 9th pick now over to VP.Prodigy as Anti-Mage gets banned out.
So Spectre's still in. The team has a lot of stuns. Spectre generally looks pretty good. You also have Sunray and Soul Rip. Plus Doom can buy like auras and stuff. Looks like a pretty good Spectre game. Other than that, he really likes PL. It's not a particularly amazing PL game, I don't think.
There's the Ursa. All right.
The Bear Man.
Big fan of this hero.
Very good versus Undying in Phoenix. Yeah. I can be friends with them.
Yeah. And here it is. Final choice will be the Mirana. So I'm thinking it's a Mirana Thompson. No, it's a Seb Mirana, Thompson Void, and mid one IO.
Excellent.
So Soxa will take the Rubik. And Ogie McGee, he'll be there on No Tail. So it was the core IO all along. Trent was all over the place this draft, flip-flopping from one side to the other. Mid one's playing it. No Thompson's playing it. No Tail's playing it.
I was giving you the perspective of how hard it is to draft versus OG.
Oh, right.
You're welcome.
Thank you for helping us get into the heads of VP.Prodigy.
I always try. Mind you, VP.Prodigy were very on point throughout that. They kind of just held fast that this is probably a core IO, and they just played it like it was for most of the draft.
So what's kind of cool, though, is they do have some tools, right? Like, I think Ursa is pretty good against a core IO in theory, has big burst damage. Wisp has pretty low armor. You've got Doom, so that's obviously some good lockdown to try to initiate fights. And you've got Kunkka, someone else who can catch heroes, pretty good burst damage, a lot of lockdown. VP.Prodigy certainly do have options.
Yeah, you know what I think was really smart was banning the ABBA, too, because now they have no way to dispel the IO. So if you get like a Spirit Vessel or something, just kind of stuck with it. I feel like that could be a real problem for the IO.
Yeah, you're making a good point there. Spirit Vessel pretty darn good against Wisp. We will get to see another one of these. Ursa Cubs, though. The cosmetics game is on point. And when we get into this lobby, I also want to investigate this Mirana set of cosmetics. I don't think I've seen this one. I'm loving that hairdo, though. I wish I had hair like that.
You're trying. You're getting there.
I mean, I'm slowly working on it, but I'm cynical I'll be able to get to these luscious locks.
Prepare for battle.
What is this Mirana set? Is this new? Where did this come from? Look at that bow, dude. The Dark Fall Warden? That thing is awesome. It's got energy coming out of it.
I don't know, buddy. I don't have the info for you.
The Dark Fall Warden hair? Dude. I'm going to show up at my hairdresser and say, I want this.
Let me just get the extensions. Yeah. Oh, here. I have my dreads here. Just weave these bad boys back in.
Oh, my. All right. Game 1. Full best of 3 elimination, and then another lower bracket elimination after this. Big day for the teams. Exciting day for the viewers. Trent?
30
Yeah,
seconds
Pleasure to be
battle.
here with you, buddy.
Yeah, very excited. And yeah, this the Void mid. I mean, it is interesting that Kunkka has that sort of problem though, where it's a very survival mid versus the very best, but it also gives you opportunities for stuff like this. So he can hurt your draft. And as much as I love the Pirate, if teams will abuse you like this and do things like put a faceless Void mid, you might want to dodge the Kunkka a little bit more, unless you're really good at Kunkka. So FN definitely a bit of a spammer. I look forward to seeing him play it.
Yeah, and some melee matchups, I think Kunkka can dominate because the Tidebringer is pretty irritating as he levels up. But Void, one such hero that should be able to handle it pretty fine with Time Walk.
It's taking me rolling the dice a little bit though.
Yep. I mean, likewise, I'm excited to see how Topson handles this mid lane. We will start in a 2-1-2, though. No lane shenanigans. Up, it'll be Doom Phoenix going up against the Wisp Ogre. Mid one Wisp, no tail Ogre. Already, the Ignite comes out.
Yeah, for some reason, IO just got free boots this patch. I don't know why, but they decided that was a fair buff.
Well, that follows the historic trend of this hero.
Like, I actually just got plus 40 movement speed, I think it was. Flat out, that was the only change for IO. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, now, brown boots are plus 45, so he is a little gimped.
That's true. They had a hole in them. It's fine. But, I mean, it's kind of interesting. You had some problems because, like, you were basically forced to tether the helm creep and everything, so you have some actual movement speed to start the game.
Right.
And so
a little more dynamic.
let's go over what the build was, though, I guess, right? It was rush the helm, basically, like, straight into MKB.
Yes, and that was before we had the extended cost on MKB, so you could buy it super, super quick. Now there's that extra gold on the recipe.
And it was when the helm, the creep damage was plus 40, which is what made it really broken with IO.
Yeah, so you're cruising around super fast, you got the spirits, and then you auto-attack also dumb fast, so the MKB was extra value. What is the Wisp bags right now? Spirits passively spawn around you. Okay, yeah. Max of 5. I doubt that's going to be a key part of the build. You don't. Get
it gets worked in.
You don't get the damage until level 20. I guess I mean like it's not going to be an Aghanim's rush. I don't think.
I don't know. He rushed it on Void. Although people have been trying out the Void one, so I won't be too hard.
He rushed it on Void. Surely that's 1-to-1 to the core Wisp.
I mean, it's basically the same thing. Like, actually, it's pretty much just a farming eggs at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know how good the Ags for Void in terms of farming is. We didn't really get to see it for that long, and he got killed like 3 times immediately after picking it up, so we didn't really
it is really good for farming, but his was just a little bit too late due to the game state.
I feel like I need to see a good example of it to really digest it. Looking at this mid matchup, Kunkka is winning it right now. 17-2 compared to the 12-1 of Topson's Void. They are trading blows right now.
And oh, Seb blocked it though. That's kind of funny. I know. Soul rip. Oh, that was so sick.
Oh, they still find it. Ian dies down bottom.
I was wondering why he was waiting so long, but he got just in range of those creeps. Almost worked. His mission was kind of successful, though. He was trying to make sure that's the Campton spawn after they dewarded it. And so he was body blocking it, but then they forced him off with 2 heroes, but then Seb actually body blocked it anyway to get the angle on the arrow. So, victory through death.
Kill secured. Wisp farming okay. About even with the Ursa right now, so not a huge disparity there. Really just this mid lane is the big gap.
And this is kind of sick, though, that how you can just buy Crown and Helm as your laning items.
Yeah. Talk about value. Plus 4 stats, 5 armor, 5 HP regen at 4 minutes. That's pretty dope.
You actually don't need to buy anything else, especially with free boots.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. So, Helm of the Dominator queued up for Wisp. That is the item.
I mean, what was the recipe added on MKB?
I think it's 550 now.
Yeah, so it was like basically the same thing anyway.
I think it was originally 250, and then they gave it an extra 300 in 7.27B.
So they gave it 350 and then they increased it to 550. But with your free boots, it's basically cost the same now. It all comes together for Core IO.
There you go. Well, it is a fan favorite, so...
Yeah, but no Arcana.
I was just going to say that. Like, mid one. Ah.
At least No Tail's got us covered here.
Radiant's courier
Yes,
has
that
been
is true.
killed.
He has not accrued enough gems yet, though, unfortunately.
That mid one's making him look bad, though. This is OG esports, Trent. All right.
That should help.
Mid lane starting to level out a little more. FN still leading by 7 or 8 last hits, but over time, gap growing less. FN doing the classic Kunkka stuff. Meanwhile, down bottom, Ian getting chased down, and also a battle over a huge stack in the top lane. I think this is a triple stack. OG trying to get the most of it. Right now, just those little Dark Troll skeletons getting finished off by DM. The Righteous Doombringer.
Yeah, they're really close to the helm. Yeah, it's on its way now, so save themselves some of these creeps. And I was looking at the start of the game, just how the scaling works between the Tidebringer and the Time Walk, and it works because you basically get to dodge every second Tidebringer, which at first doesn't sound that amazing, but you know, compared to other mid laners, that's
a lot of
obviously
mitigation.
what he relies on. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, really curious what items Thompson's going to build on the Void. Like, is this going to be an Ags game for the Void, even?
Step lively now. Your admiral is
I think
on
it
board.
kind of depends on how fast mid one can play as to what his build has to be.
Up, Otail in some trouble. He's going to go down. Overcommits a little bit there. DN will find himself a kill in the top lane. Creep pull, going to be successful. Oh, this hurts for OG. See how much VPP can clear out of this. No tail up in just a couple of seconds. Oh, but Doom, he's got the shockwave. That's so good for clearing out these stacks quickly. Mid one trying to snipe a few of them. Hard to tell.
It's
how
like
many
your
he
whole
got.
mana bar, but it's so worth it.
Yeah. All right, Helm is up on Wisp now. Yeah, 100 mana for shockwave. Doom's got 360. Bottom lane, Saksa. Be fine. Arrow flies over just to cover him. Nails that little creep.
Never stood a chance. Everyone's gonna jungle a bit, leaves his hardy friend No Tail the Ogre in lane.
Be quiet laning phase, all things considered. 2 kills, 7.5 minutes. Both teams just focused on farm, and right now it is VP.Prodigy with a small advantage. Kunkka and Doom topping the charts as mid one heads into the jungle. He's got a centaur buddy now.
Him. He's looking.
Now, one thing we didn't really mention, though, similar to like CM versus Enchantress, can't Doom devour the Helm creeps?
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
That's sort of neat.
Yeah.
So mid one will be able to find new ones, but like in a team fight, just killing that creep straight away could give them an advantage if used at the right time. BM also level 6. Doom available if he has the mana for it. No Tail getting chased down as now the Ursa has made the rotation. Epileptic Kid. Easy kill.
Is under attack.
Meanwhile, in the jungle,
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
this is the real hallmark of the core Wisp, how quickly he's able to accelerate in the jungle.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Or-
And Evan's
446.
trying to punish that. He just
Dire's
can't
top
get him.
tower is under attack.
The Wisp is fast, 446 movement speed with the tether. He's not
The helm.
easy to latch onto.
It's busted.
It's still busted. You see multiple fights here. Moonlight Shadow comes out as Ian gets dove down bottom.
Radiant are
We'll ring around the Rosie up top, but it looks like they'll leave No Tail to survive as they secure the kill down to the
Radiant's
bottom lane
tower
before
is under
Undying.
attack.
Yeah, not gonna know that one. Up top now, No Tail also heading to the trees with the Moonlight Shadow running out.
Looking for a dive here. Doom
Dire's
available,
top
so
tower
they
is
have
under
some
attack.
tools to find this kill. Phoenix with the dive,
Radiant
scouts it out.
structures
Doom
are
gonna hold the ulti. Epileptic Kid
Radiant's
though
bottom
coming in.
tower is
Just
under
saw this a
attack.
minute ago, and it's gonna end the exact same way. No Tail takes a tumble. Another kill up for VPP.
Radiant's
Yeah, he's trying to get as much as he can out of this tower since mid one didn't want to really play up there anymore. But
A bit of space creation though, as OG do finish off that tower in the bottom lane. They will probably lose this tier 1 up top, but pretty even trade.
and mid one is heading for a
Dire's top
halberd
tower
first,
is
so
falling.
pretty good item on IO just because of the Sange and all the benefits you get from that. Those all synergize really well with the IO.
Ben, Chronosphere available mid. Thompson thinking about it. There it is. Deployed. Rubik with some follow-up. Arrow from Seb. Hits save, and he might have lived up to his name to try to save his Kunkka, but it won't be enough. Now DM is here. Still has the Doom. Looking to drop it onto Seb as he heads east. By east, I mean west. Got him confused for a second there. But Seb's good. All right,
Radiant's
nice
bottom
chrono set up for
tower is
Thompson,
under
and he
attack.
does have an S&Y queued up. Potential God King build coming for
Tower
Thompson here,
is
Trent.
falling.
I know how excited you get about the God King build.
Since we never see it, it's just so thrilling.
S&Y into Manta Halberd. Unparalleled efficiency. IO, mid one. He's getting chased down. Nice stomp on the Centaur, but FN joins the party. It's going to be a 4-on-1. They're going to pop that energy bubble like the zit that he is. FN finds the kill.
And an instant smoke. They head towards mid. They have the Doom, but can they actually connect it on the top side? I need some big baits here. Oh, well, that works.
Well, top, they baited with the siege creep. That was a dank bait. Way to get the siege creep in position, boys.
That was so good. He just walked right in.
Like straight into him. Like, hey, that siege creep's 2 hits for death. Maybe I'll get a bash and kill it in 1. Oh, fuck me. Oh, jeez.
It was just too perfectly timed.
Thompson kill secured.
How will they ever convince him? How will they ever hit this Doom? Let me run this. I don't blame Thompson at all. I get it.
Dude,
It was just too perfect.
We're looking at a lot of halberds this game. Mid one's going to get one. Kunkka's going to get one. And I actually think Thompson might eventually get one after this S&Y.
Yep.
It's halberd madness.
I really like it on mid one. I think that just makes, like, it's way too good versus the Ursa as well as with all the Sange bonuses. Like, you look at those bonuses, they're
Radiant's
crazy
middle
for IO.
tower is under attack.
24% self HP regen, and then 16% stats resistance. Like,
Engagement in the jungle. 2 of them found. It's DM and Ian, and they're going to be in big trouble. DM goes down straight away, and now the Undying will have no hope to retreat. A double for mid one as they get caught in the jungle.
And mid one just goes right back to work on the bottom lane.
Radiant's
Back to
middle
his,
tower
handy
is under
creep.
attack.
Maximum
Radiant
efficiency.
structures are fortified.
Tier 1 mid, now under assault. OG grouping up. Have Chronosphere back. He's ready for Thompson to drop a sick Chrono to stop that Icarus dive. Now Moonlight Shadow, thinking about the Chrono, looking for the perfect setup. Where's it going to be? He hesitates. Epileptic Kid pops the ult. Now they drop the Chrono on 2. It's FN and Ian. No save from the Undying, and FN will have no chance either. Phoenix Egg falls through, or goes through, but falls short of
Radiant's
achieving
middle
anything.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, and he had no dive, so he just kind of got stuck in a bad spot. I think that's why they started
Radiant's middle tower has
pressuring
fallen.
in so hard, because they had this ward behind the tower, and they could see that he was just completely useless. Like once the
Radiant
dive's
are
burnt on
scanning.
Phoenix in the early game, like 36-second cooldown, then you know that that egg's gonna be really bad. So you can just like dive in with Chronos.
OG starting to take control. Only a 2-kill lead, but already 2,000 net worth in their favor. Mid one working on an ancient stack right now. Has the halberd. Meanwhile, down bottom, initiation. Void maybe in trouble. No tail.
Nice save.
Trying his best to play sacrificial lamb, and they're going to chase him down.
He tipped him. I mean, if he didn't hit that fire blast, he was dead.
So soon,
Because they would have doomed him. So
I saw the four.
big save, no tail.
Yep. And they don't get anything else. Just a position 5 ogre.
That is Ogre, guys. Like, that is stay between the enemy and your carry, and you will be winning the game.
Yep, that was an appropriate throw your body at the situation kind of Ogre play.
He's just so good as a hero at doing exactly that. Even in, like, the mid-game and everything, just, like, any team fight, you just, like, try and run through the middle of it and keep stunning people. If you die, they have to spend so much time on you.
And look at the build on the Ogre. 1-1-4. No Tails maxed out the Bloodlust this game. We have not been seeing this build as much.
No, yeah, for sure.
Ian.
I mean, his lane was a bit weird.
Yep, definitely. It's just speaking to the versatility of Ogre, and even these like quote-unquote outdated builds can still be viable. Max Bloodlust.
And sweet.
Looking for another. They'll bump into FN. He'll throw the boat.
That's stolen, though. Oh, he tornted first. Smart guy.
Very nice.
Nicely done, FN.
Very nice.
Soxa had already gone off 2 tombstones with that 1 steal before, so he was hoping for another big one. Ooh, epileptic kid. That was a little bit close. Oh, they saw him.
They're gonna find him here. Epileptic kid running through the trees. Didn't notice, but that's actually a Midas on this Ursa.
Yeah, he's working.
I don't know if I love that. I guess didn't have space to go for the Battle Fury. Sort of felt like it would have been too slow against the aggro from this Wisp. I
It's
guess...
also there's Midas value this game too, right? Versus the IO. I actually think that makes a bit of a difference.
Actually, that's a good point. Down bottom, I was going to say, they've got the Devour already, but having another Midas to eat that creep, interesting if we see it actually come into play. Seb up top, dusted, caught by the X. A couple of leaps, not going to be enough.
It's kind of funny because it's one of those things that gets mentioned every once in a while, but then you also always think like, yeah, but do you really want your Midas off cooldown? So it's like
that is a good thought too. Like you want to keep this thing on cooldown from farming in the jungle. Be kind of lucky to take a team fight where the Midas comes up just in time as the Wisp shows up with his little centaur.
I mean, I've definitely seen them spammed versus like, especially back in the heyday of Chen. That was like actually kind of a thing. It's like it just adds some value to it.
Like Clinks versus Chen. I always remember people talking about that potential counter on paper.
And Soxa is so greedy when he goes for these steals.
Ursa just doesn't love attack speed as much as some of these other Midas carriers.
Oh, Soxa. Got baited.
Yep. They're going to find a free Rubik, and now more. Boyd going to be the target. He gets doomed. No Tail goes down. Thompson says, well, I think I'm dead no matter what, so I'll take a couple of licks on the egg. And OG, they lose 3. Pretty big tumble in the mid lane.
This will be the hardest phase of the game for OG. Because they have the blink on the dude. Like, he's got the blink stomp. He's got drums working towards his BKB. Konko's going to be picking up his second item after the halberd, but now they have to worry about this Roche, too.
But Ursa,
it just feels like if they jump, it's really good for Virtus Pro right now.
Yeah, and this is like Ursa starting to come online in terms of his power spike. Up until now, he's had just a Midas. He really hasn't been that threatening, but SNY on the way, he's starting to come online a little bit. Epileptic Kid is certainly a threat. All right, Tops and Manta queued up next after the SNY. There's a new God King in town.
Seb kind of gave away their ward there. See if he gets punished for that one.
Is that a double damage rune? Gosh darn it, it is. Tops and you rascal, that's going to be an easy Roche. Well, this is a big win for OG. They deny Roshan #1 away from the Ursa.
Yeah, they need the big cooldowns to win those fights, so running to the Roche pit right now is definitely the correct play from OG.
Still 50 seconds on Doom.
Vlad's Helm and the Halberd. I wonder what mid one gets next.
Shadows take us.
Damage, I would imagine.
They are going to start running really low on damage. as this game continues. Oh, they're going to find DM here in the river.
It's kind of two
Very
fights. DM down bottom, then up top, Ian and FN also pushed back by No Tail.
Nice
Chrono
Chrono.
comes out, connects on 2. The Doom and the Ursa, they'll need a little more damage to get this kill, and they've got it. Now they turn on to Ursa. Enrage has already been used. Soul Rip, not going to be enough. The Sunray helps, but he's down. 3 going to fall on the side of VP.Prodigy. 2 of them cores. OG take a good fight off the backside of that Chrono.
That was a little scary. Doom was coming up pretty soon, but they were just a little too spread. You had like a couple raiding heroes here. You had Doom here, and then Kunkka was coming over from like this angle, or not Kunkka, but the Ursa was coming from that angle. It just was awkward. That's bad.
They found him jungling. He's tanky, but they got him.
Look at that slow.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Bottom lane. They're also going to find
another.
the Wisp, or the Phoenix rather. Tries to fly off the map, but mid one's right there. So a huge win for OG, as it turns out. Great team fight, and ends up being a 5-0 with those 2 follow-up kills, I believe. Clean
And
sweep.
they still hold Aegis too.
Yeah, for a long time. Still have 3 minutes till it expires. Bottom lane now, Thompson trying to go in onto the Ursa, but he'll get X'd and pulled back. Mid one with a relocate.
What a telekinesis from
Radiant
Saksa.
structures are fortified.
DM's got it handled.
OG gonna stick around. Glyph comes out, and now maybe the time to sound the retreat. Invisibility rune up on Seb, so he can scout things out. Gonna leave Thompson behind, or are they baiting with Thompson? Hit by the Infernal Blade, pulled back, can't time walk. Thompson might lose the Aegis. No, he'll live. Now the rest of OG initiate. The egg comes through. They're going to try to kill it. Thompson jumps in, and I don't think they're going to be able to make it happen. The rebirth will come through.
And they have the Doom.
No
And the War
Tail's
Stomp.
fallen.
Oh, he missed the stomp.
Thompson might still live on the run. Time walk coming up, but X again. Can they get this Doom? He's okay. Now the turn the other way. Telekinesis into Arrow. It's a 4v5, but Seb jumps in with confidence, taking a lot of damage here, put into the Yules. They will bring down the Kunkka. It's a 4v4 now. OG a little bit light on gas, but Saksa with a stolen Sunray, healing up the team and now burning down Ian. It's VP Pro that are on the run all of a sudden. Epileptic Kid trying to make it out, but the Wisp very fast. They are going to jump forward. Time walk, finds a bash, finds a second. Epileptic Kid is down. Now Ian and Save in big trouble. Ian will fall, as will the Bird, and that's 4 on the sideline. OG again with a huge fight.
I like
Radiant's
that
top tower
they
is under
tried
attack.
to force that. Oh, it was so close too. That initial telekinesis from
Radiant's
Saksa
top
just
tower has fallen.
really hurt their like first jumping, and then they still decided to go in, even though they were like
Radiant's top
kind
tower
of
is
baiting
under
from
attack.
OG. Like obviously Thompson knows they're still there while he's just like farming their ancients, but they still felt like they could do it. But the missing the War Stomp after the respawn
Radiant's
really
top
hurt.
tower is
Thompson was
under
actually
attack.
fairly separated right there.
And look at this mid one. It's going to be MKB, Trent.
Yeah, he queued it up before that one.
So
Before that
pretty,
fight.
pretty close to it also.
Yeah.
I think when Wisp is your one, there comes a point where you have to transition into being able to kill folks to keep up this momentum. Makes a lot of sense.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, it's just like, the rest of the heroes too, that someone's going to have to do it.
Here we go, initiation. Got to catch onto the Kunkka. Buyback status okay for VP.Prodigy, but they've already lost a lane of barracks, tier 2 in mid and bottom.
Radiant's top
Not going to be
barracks
baited
has fallen.
into this fight here.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
All right, well, if you're VP.Prodigy, you still have some tools available. You still have a Doom in this game, so it is one of those things that can just like negate one of the enemy heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And then you also have an Ursa too, so like just a couple chain stuns and you can blow up even the tankiest opponents.
Looking at what could be our
Radiant's
4th
middle
halberd
tower
here.
has fallen.
Phoenix
Excellent.
has it queued up, and the Faceless Void does want an Aghanim Scepter. He did go God King. Right now, Manta and Halberd, and that's going to be into the Ags.
That seems interesting.
It is definitely an efficiency build from Thompson.
Is it that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised that you get it after the Manta and the Halberd, though.
Gets
Feels like you might
AoE
want, like-
guaranteed stun is pretty good. I feel like I need to interview a pro player about the Void Agonist. I need a deep dive here, Trent. Can we get like a post-game interview here?
You call him up.
You got Popson on your Steam list there, buddy? Can we give him a ring?
No, we're not. I'm not that cool. I don't. TI winners don't
Dire's bottom tower is
gel with
under
my whole
attack.
friends list. You know,
Dire are
they get removed once they win TI. It's like, no, you're too good for this.
You remove them.
I send them away. Yeah. No, we were very close.
You proactively say, you know what,
Yeah.
No Tail? I thought we were equals, but now I've realized you're so far ahead of me that I can't have you on my list.
Yeah, that's fairly accurate.
I see. Yeah, I had the same conversation with him. He
I
totally
think
understood.
the big value I see is like mid team fight when he's diving onto this like Phoenix, because Thompson keeps targeting save before the egg, and if he time walks over and just like instantly stuns the Phoenix, that's gonna be pretty frustrating. He might actually just kill him.
Yeah. I guess it also does let you chain bashes. Like if you just right click until you get one, and then you time walk right away, you're guaranteed to like bash. And we have seen Void do double bashes, so it does give you the ability to triple bash somebody in theory. Sounds
Yeah,
pretty nasty.
Yeah, it can do like the bash thing.
Yeah. Fortunately for No Tail, put those wards down in vision of a sentry. And also in trouble himself. Arrow coming in, but off the mark. No Tail actually does live. And now DM going to be repelled, healed up by a Soul Rip, and won't be enough to keep him alive. Doom on the sideline now, does have a buyback in case he needs it. No Tail.
It's stolen rum. That's
Oh,
why
it's the rum.
he's
Okay,
good.
there it is.
Yeah.
There you go. I was like, what is happening?
Radiant's middle tower.
And
is under
Soxa looking
attack.
for a new steal. Upson.
Did you just get Sunray? Oh, yeah.
He did. All right, here we go. Glyph comes out. They want Thompson, and they've got him. No.
They relocated him out.
They save him. Still doomed, though, so no chrono. Looking to pursue. VP.Prodigy struggling to find the connection, and now the turn the other way. Seb with an arrow. Chrono connects on 2. It misses Epileptic Kid, though. The disarm on Thompson mitigates a lot of the chrono, but he's still pretty healthy. Big damage coming out of OG as Ian will be the first casualty alongside No Tail. Epileptic Kid now goes down, mid one sustaining, and it's looking like a bad fight for VPP. A 1 for 4, only able to get the OG 5.
That was unreal, man. Maybe we're just standing there right-clicking away.
That was a dieback on the Doom as well, as GG gets called. OG take game number 1 with a core wisp.
Radiant's middle barracks
26
are under
minutes.
attack.
That's that one timing in the mid game where it looked like VP.Prodigy might be able to get something done, but then OG just way too fast on punishing the lack of cooldowns right after.
Yeah.
They had a very good read on how VP.Prodigy could get back into that game, and they just completely denied it by forcing the Roche right after that and giving no opportunity for them. So, the core IO, you can't let these guys have IO.
Yeah.
You have to worry about it the entire draft. You don't know what lane it's going to be. The fact that mid one's now playing the position 1 just gives them even more tools with this IO because the guy has played a lot of IO.